Hello and welcome. This is Alauddin Ahmed, Faculty of Business Administration, World University of Bangladesh. Today we will discuss on adjusting the accounts, and this video will help you to explain the actual basis of accounting and the reasons for adjusting entries, and also help the student to prepare adjusting entries for deferrals as well as accruals. And it describes the nature and purpose of an adjusted trial balance. Both small and large companies prepare financial statements periodically in order to assess their financial conditions and results for operations. Accounting time periods are generally a month, a quarter, or a year. Monthly and quarterly time periods are called interim periods. More large companies must prepare both quarterly and annual financial statements. An accounting time period that is 1 year is length is a fiscal year. A fiscal year usually begins with the first day of the month and ends 12 months later on the last day of a month. Most businesses use a calendar year, that is January 1 to December 31st, as their accounting period, and some do not. The main point of this discussion is to learn accrual based accounting. However, we will find the differences between the accrual and cash basis accounting. Under the accrual basis accounting, companies record transactions that change a company's financial statements in the periods in which the events occur. For example, using the accrual basis to determine net income means companies recognize revenue when earned. It also means recognizing expenses when incurred. An alternative to the accrual basis is the cash basis. Under cash basis accounting, companies record revenue when they receive cash. They record an expense when they pay out cash. The cash basis seems appealing due to its simplicity, but it often produces misleading financial statements. It fails to record revenue that a company has earned, but for which it has not received the cash. Also, it does not match expenses when earned revenue. And one thing you should remember, cash-based accounting is not in accordance with generally accepted accounting principles. Normally, it can be difficult to determine the amount of revenues and expenses to report in a given accounting period. Two principles help in this task: the revenue recognition principle and the expense recognition principle. The revenue recognition principle requires that the company recognize revenue in the accounting period in which it is earned. In a service enterprise, revenue is considered to be earned at the time the service is performed. On the other hand, the accountants follow a simple rule in recognizing expenses, like let the expenses follow the revenues. Thus, expense recognition is tied to revenue recognition. The critical issue in expense recognition is when the expenses makes its contribution to revenue. This may or may not be the same period in which the expense is paid. This practice of expense recognition is referred to as the expense recognition principle. It dictates the efforts be matched with results. That is called revenue also. This diagram shows the relationship between the revenue recognition principle and expense recognition principles according to generally accepted accounting principle. In order to revenues to be recorded in the period in which they are earned, and for expenses to be recognized in the period in which they are incurred, companies make adjusting entries. Adjusting entries ensure that the revenue recognition and expense recognition principles are followed, And adjusting entries are necessary because the trial balance, the first pulling together of the transaction data, may not contain up-to-date and complete data. And adjusting entries also required every time a company prepares financial statements. The company analyzes each account in the trial balance to determine whether it is complete and up to date for financial statement purposes. Every adjusting entry will include one income statement account and one balance sheet account. Adjusting entries are classified as either deferral or accruals. And this diagram shows each of these classes has two subcategories also. One is prepaid expense and unearned revenues for deferrals, and accrued revenues and accrued expense for accruals. Companies record payments of expenses that will benefit more than one accounting period as assets called prepaid expense or prepayments. When expenses are prepaid, the asset account is increases, that is debited, to show the service or benefit that the company will receive in the future. Examples of common prepayments are in insurance, supplies, advertising, and rent. In addition, companies make prepayments when they purchase building and equipment. Prepaid expense are costs that expire either with the passage of time or through use, like supplies. The expiration of this cost does not require daily entries, which would be impractical and unnecessary. Accordingly, companies postpone the recognition of such expiration until they prepare financial statements. At each statement date, they make adjusting entries to record the expenses applicable to the current accounting period and to show the remaining accounts in the asset accounts. And this diagram will show you how these adjusting entries will record in the asset and expense account. Let's talk about the unearned revenue, as it is another category of deferral adjustment. Company record cash received before revenue is earned by increasing a liability account called unearned revenue. Items like rent, magazine subscription, and customer deposits for future service may result in unearned revenue. Unearned revenues are the opposite of prepaid expenses. Indeed, unearned revenue on the books of one company is likely to be a prepaid expense on the books of the company that has made the advance payment. For example, if identical accounting period is assumed, a landlord will have unearned rent revenue when a tenant has prepaid rent. When a company receives payment for service to be provided in a future accounting period, it increases an unearned revenue account to recognize the liability that exists. The company subsequently earns revenue by providing service. During the accounting period, it is not practical to make daily entries as the company earns the revenue. Instead, we delay recognition of earned revenue until the adjustment process. Then the company makes an adjusting entry to record the revenue and earned during the period and to show the liability that remains at the end of the accounting period. Typically, prior to adjustment, liabilities are overstated and revenue is understated. And the diagram is also shows the transaction effect for unearned revenues. The second category of adjusting entries is accruals. Prior to an accruals adjustment, the revenue account or an expense account, the related liability account that are understated. Thus, the adjusting entry for accruals will increase both a balance sheet and an income statement account. Revenues earned but not yet recorded at a statement date are accrued revenues. Accrued revenues may accumulate with the passing of time, as in the case of interest revenue. These are unrecorded because the earning of interest does not involve daily transactions. Companies do not record interest revenue on a daily basis because it is often impractical to do so. Accrued revenue also may result from services that have been performed but not yet billed or collected. As in the case of commission and fees, like it is also will be the same treatment, and this may be unrecorded because only a portion of the total service has been provided and the clients won't be billed until the service has been completed. There will be an adjusting entry records the receivables that exist at the balance sheet date and the revenue earned during the period. Prior to adjustment, both assets and revenues are understated, and this diagram will show the effect of that transaction of accrued revenues. So what about accrued expenses? Expenses incurred but yet not paid or recorded at the statement date are called accrued expenses. Interest, taxes and salaries are common examples of accrued expenses. Companies make adjustment for accrual expenses to record the obligation that exists at the balance sheet date and to recognize the expenses that apply to the current accounting period. Prior to the adjustment, both liabilities and expenses are understated, and this diagram will show you how accrued expenses will affect the different account like expense and liabilities. And that's all for now. Thank you.